I'm here in Victoria Square, just a few hundred metres away from Penarth train station. The park is home to the All Saints Church as well as a small community group called the Friends of Victoria Square. The group come here every Saturday to work on a variety of projects between 10 a.m. and midday.
Being fortunate to look out over the square with an interest in trees and birds and wildlife, and thinking what's fantastic space, but actually it was neglected, and certainly the trees were not in good shape. I put my hand up and said, well, we're in Victoria Square, and Victoria Square's got lots of lovely trees, but lots of them are being blown over or have got damaged limbs and things, and we need to do something about not only preserving what we've got, but thinking about the future. What is it that we need to bring through another generation of trees? So that was February 2018. Of course, when you make statements like that, you've got to do something about it. I think perhaps showing people what can be done, if you're willing to pitch in and apply for grants.
Well, it was sort of mid-2021, and I was looking for something to do in Penarth, and the coffee guy actually said that there's a group here at the square that are having an open day, so that was in August 2021, and came along, had a chat with Peter and Hayden about what they do, because I've got an interest in gardening, but I've also discovered that they need things like their social media side of things looked at, so I said I'd take a look at that, and from there it's just sort of all snowballed out into all the work that we're doing now. When I was here, I was looking after my gran. She needed a lot of care, and but she passed away at the end of 2020, aged 92, and that gave me some free period to sort of try and find something to do. And I've always had Penarth as sort of my secondary home, so I thought I'd like to get out there and actually do something here in the community. Just watching the way the projects develop, in terms of we start something off and see it expand out and grow, and then people coming along enjoying it. One thing I think probably actually do really enjoy is the reaction of people who come to visit the square, because they see it, they tell us that they're amazed by it, and they're so pleased that people are actually taking an effort to keep the square going.
Our first meeting we had 13 people, the second meeting 50, and we stayed at about 50, 60 members for some time. As soon as we started, as soon as we got our major granting and started implementing some of the things we've done, like this community garden, the bog garden, membership shot up. People could see what was happening, and we're now 120 members, which is pretty good, I think. And we regularly have at least a dozen people on every Saturday morning to volunteer. I think until you get something tangible and people can see what's happening, that's when the membership should up. We've been able to tweak and add extra things. We've saved a bit of money on some projects and been able to do something else. But the whole framework had to be determined fairly early. And it's difficult because none of us have ever done anything like this before, so actually trying to sort of get budgets and say exactly what we're going to spend was a difficult task.
We've got two dogs, a Jack Russell and a Basset Hound, and sometimes because they're getting a little bit older, they get a bit narky with other dogs, so it's just nice finding areas that are a bit more tranquil for the dogs. So I walk in Penarth quite a lot, but just before Christmas I saw on the notice board they were looking for volunteers, so I emailed Peter, and the rest is history. I started in January. Yeah, I've been volunteering ever since and loving it.
Well, I live locally, very locally really, and the person who started Friends, Hayden, was going around and ringing doorbells and asking if people would be interested. I said yes, I'd be interested, and was involved right from the outset in the community garden. That was the thing that I expressed a particular interest in. So I have responsibility for one of the beds.
I'm not a gardener per se, but you come here and like the first couple of weeks I was taking away clippings and told how to kind of, put them in water and then they'll sprout and then you can replant them. So yeah, it's just a great friendly community.
I'm learning all the time.
Yeah.
I was brought up with my nan kind of growing veg, so we were self-sufficient when we were,
Really?
when I was younger. So you know, just at the bottom of the garden, you've got all your kind of runner beans and potatoes growing.
Yes.
So, yeah, I've always gardened, but like Rosemary, I don't really ever know what I'm doing as such. It's just trial and error.
What big changes we've got from the work that we did with the lottery fund. We've got lots of habitat, new habitat. We've got log piles, hibernaculi. We've got the bog garden. Yeah, it's, you know, I think there are noticeable differences. We've got daffodils in the square. We've not had daffodils. They were planted last autumn. It's lovely to see those coming up. I think the most important recognition is the recognition of the local community, really. That's first and foremost, because, you know, the square is a fabulous community asset.
Community engagement, that's the big plan drive this year. We're going to get a lot of youth groups involved, old age groups, and find ways that we can interact with people here at the square and bring them in to enjoy it and allow them to enjoy it themselves in their own time. Joining is quite easy. It's free membership at the moment. You can either come and speak to us in person at the square for an initial chat, or best way to do it is to sign up on our form online at friendsofvictoriasquare.org, because there's an actual joining application form there. It will go through to our membership secretary, and then they'll give you a nice welcoming email, invite you along to a day like today, and you can come along and get stuck in.